From scorching deserts that sear the skin to towering mountains where clouds meld with ancient rock, nature is a wordless epic, fierce and majestic. The vast African savannas stretch endlessly, where the horizon blurs between the azure sky and the parched earth. This is not just a landscape, it is the soul of life. An eternal arena where survival and destruction clash. Here, it seems as though God has painted a masterpiece with bold, contrasting hues. Golden grasslands stretch like an ancient, time-worn carpet, yet beneath this arid surface lies a vibrant, unstoppable world of energy. Every moment here is a dance of life, a stage for ceaseless battles. Predators glide through the darkness, silent as a whispering breeze, while their prey has no room for error. They must run, they must fight, and they must gamble everything to survive. A single misstep could be their final farewell to life. This unforgiving land shows no mercy. Life here is forged in a blazing furnace, each creature a piece of steel, enduring the heat and relentless wear to become stronger, sharper. Only the most resilient, the warriors of nature, can endure and prevail through these trials. Welcome to the fierce survival stories of the wild savannah. As the first rays of light pierce through the night, touching the grasslands of the savannah, Africa awakens in a moment of pure enchantment. The sky blazes with mystical hues of orange, as if nature itself has lit the torch of a new day. Yet amidst this breathtaking scene, peace is a luxury. The savannah never truly rests. Here, life and death clash without mercy, like light and shadow wrestling on the grand canvas of creation. In this untamed wilderness, the great herds begin their perilous migration. Millions of creatures leave their shelters, journeying toward distant water sources like pilgrims, wagering everything on a fragile glimmer of hope. Yet on this path, no place is truly safe. Hidden within the tall, sun-bleached grass, lions lie in wait. They move like shapeless phantoms, their eyes glowing in the dawn's light. A single leap, a fatal bite, every movement is a masterful act of destruction. Further afield, leopards and African wild dogs chase down zebras and antelopes. Here, survival doesn't belong to the strongest, but to the wisest. Beneath the still waters of the flooded savannah, the oldest predators lie in wait. Crocodiles, motionless warriors, rest beneath the surface like living shadows, waiting for the wild herds to cross the river. As zebras brave the treacherous waters, only 7 out of 10 will reach the other side. The rest vanish forever into sharp jaws and swirling currents of fate. The savannah doesn't just test strength, it challenges patience, willpower, and endurance. Every creature here, predator or prey, is a warrior in the brutal battle for survival. Every breath is a decision, every stride a gamble. Savannah, the wild heart of Africa, where nature showcases timeless beauty and power. Spanning approximately 20% of the Earth's land surface, the savannah is a golden expanse of grasslands shimmering under the sun. Like an endless carpet stretching to the horizon. It is more than just a landmass. It is a unique biome and ecosystem where sprawling grasslands merge seamlessly with scattered trees. Sunlight filters through, nurturing the lush grasses below and transforming the savanna into a majestic stage for life. The African savannah, one of the planet's oldest and richest ecosystems, has witnessed nature's great transformations over millions of years. As dense forests receded and arid climates took hold, the savannah emerged, a new world, harsh yet brimming with life. Here, survival demanded adaptation or extinction. The African grasslands now cover approximately 5 million square miles, equivalent to 65% of the continent's area, stretching across nations like Kenya, Tanzania, Zambia, Zimbabwe, Botswana, and Namibia. With the arrival of the rains, the savanna bursts back to life, its vast fields blanketed in vibrant green. Yet, in a fleeting moment, the rains vanish, leaving behind a parched land, a relentless trial for its inhabitants, a test imposed by the spirit of the savanna. The savanna is home to over 8,000 plant species, from sprawling grasses to thorny shrubs and towering trees. These plants not only provide sustenance for millions of creatures, but also act as colossal climate regulators. Among its wildlife, the savanna hosts over 1,500 mammal species, from colossal grazers like elephants and giraffes to apex predators like lions, leopards, and African wild dogs. In the skies, more than 2,000 bird species soar, from tiny migratory birds to majestic birds of prey, painting the vast heavens with their flight. Beneath the waters, the wetlands shelter over 500 aquatic species and 400 reptile species, all forming an intricate food chain orchestrated with meticulous precision, a masterpiece of the creator's design. The African savannah is not just a land, it is the beating heart of an entire continent. Here, the rhythm of life is dictated by the interplay of wet and dry seasons, and nature paints a vivid canvas of unparalleled biodiversity. Sprawling beneath an endless sky, the savannah is not merely an ecosystem, but an eternal symbol of life, resilient, powerful, and wondrous. At the heart of the tropical savanna ecosystem, proudly sprawling across the Serengeti grasslands, lies a mesmerizing natural wonder covering over 12,000 square miles, stretching from Tanzania to Kenya. The Serengeti is more than just a land. It is a living canvas of life, an eternal symphony composed by nature over millions of years. It is one of the oldest and most biodiverse grasslands on Earth, home to over 70 species of large mammals and 500 species of birds, painting an unparalleled and breathtaking landscape. From November to May, as rain showers rejuvenate the land, lush green grass blankets the plains, creating a paradise for herbivores. But when the dry season begins in June and stretches through October, that paradise fades. The grasslands wither, water becomes scarce, and the struggle for survival begins. 1.5 million wildebeests, 250,000 zebras, and hundreds of thousands of other herbivores gather into massive herds to embark on an epic journey spanning over 1,800 miles. This is not merely a journey, it is a battle for survival. These animals must cross arid plains, navigate treacherous terrain, ford raging rivers teeming with crocodiles, and evade predators lurking in the shadows. Every moment is a confrontation between life and death, an unrelenting display of nature's raw power. Yet, despite the ever-present dangers, the herds press on. Masai Mara, a promised land with verdant grasslands and abundant water, beckons like a dream at the end of this arduous path. Here, life is renewed. Herbivores drive the regeneration of vegetation, while predators maintain the delicate balance of the ecosystem. Every species plays its part, contributing to a miraculous biological cycle, a never-ending circle of life that ensures the survival of the savannah. Within the vast savanna ecosystem, the Serengeti stands as a colossal arena spanning over 12,000 square miles, where millions of creatures intertwine in an endless cycle of life and death. This is not merely a wondrous natural expanse, but a vivid testament to the wisdom and magnificence of the Creator. In this perfect masterpiece, every creature, from the smallest to the mightiest, carries a purpose for existence, contributing to the remarkable balance that only God could orchestrate. Zebras, antelopes, and other herbivores not only create the idyllic scenery of the Serengeti, but also serve as a vital lifeline for the 3,000 to 3,500 lions, the uncrowned kings of the grasslands. According to the Wildlife Conservation Society, approximately 6,000 wildebeests and thousands of zebras fall prey to these great cats every year. Yet this is not destruction. It is the Creator's way of maintaining population balance, ensuring the Serengeti's life cycle continues harmoniously without excess or scarcity. Lions, scientifically known as Panthera leo, are masterpieces of creation, a symbol of strength, pride, and resilience. As the second largest big cat after the Siberian tiger, they are Africa's apex predators. But the title King of the Grasslands is not derived from individual strength alone. It comes from unity, a gift bestowed by the Creator, enabling them to lead the savannah. A pride of lions typically consists of 10 to 15 members, with lionesses as the primary hunters. They patiently select their targets, often focusing on the old, weak, or young, and execute ambush strategies with unparalleled precision. Their coordinated efforts are a breathtaking display of mastery, crafted by the Creator's meticulous hand. But a lion's hunting prowess goes beyond sheer strength. What truly makes them master predators is the intelligence bestowed upon them by the Creator. Lions do not charge blindly at their prey. They analyze, evaluate, and meticulously craft their strategy. They understand that patience is a golden key, and in every hunt, they display the composure of seasoned warriors, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. In particular, lionesses, the most exceptional hunters, are the embodiment of coordination and calculated precision. Gifted by God with an incredible ability to work as a team, they divide their tasks flawlessly. Some distract and confuse the prey, while others silently lie in wait to ambush from multiple angles. Every hunt is like a symphony, where each movement is executed with perfect harmony. This is no coincidence, but a gift from the Creator, who designed this intricate masterpiece of life. Meanwhile, the male lion, with a roar that can echo up to 5 miles, serves as the pride's protector. With their strength and majestic presence, they fend off invaders, from rival male lions to packs of ravenous hyenas. The male lion's power is not only in its muscles or roar, but in its divine role as guardian, a responsibility granted by the Creator to maintain balance within the ecosystem. The Serengeti, with its extraordinary beauty and delicate balance, is a gift from the Creator to the world, a masterpiece where every brushstroke, every creature, holds profound meaning. Here, lions are not merely predators. They are embodiments of leadership, authority, and the divine order that God has bestowed upon the natural world. Serengeti, along with its kings of the grasslands, is an eternal hymn of life, a place where humanity can witness and feel the presence of God in every breath of nature. As night falls over the savanna grasslands, the vast expanse is cloaked in a mysterious black veil, woven with the delicate silver threads of moonlight and the shimmering brilliance of countless stars. The air grows still, filled only with the whispers of the wind brushing through the tall grasses like nature's soft lullaby. Within this serene silence, majestic silhouettes begin to stir, great predators, the uncrowned kings of the grasslands, the lions. Endowed by the Creator with unparalleled hunting skills, lions move with grace and calculated intent. Each step they take blends seamlessly with the rhythm of the earth, producing not a single sound. Their golden eyes, sharp and piercing like blades, scan the darkness, detecting even the slightest movement. These lions are not mere hunters. They are the embodiment of strength and intelligence, masterpieces shaped by God to sustain the perpetual circle of life. From the shadows, pairs of glowing eyes observe with patience, waiting for the perfect moment. The pride begins to execute its strategy. The lionesses, silent as phantoms, spread out in 2 flanking groups, forming a near-perfect encirclement. The lions charge forward, their muscles rippling with raw power, their speed as swift as lightning. A perfectly timed leap ends the chase, quick, precise, as if the outcome of this hunt had already been preordained by God's hand. There is no chaos, no waste. God has taught the lions to hunt as an art, to aim true, use their strength with precision, and master every pursuit. When fragile lion cubs are born, the lioness becomes a devoted mother, carrying the sacred mission of protecting and nurturing the next generation. In her gentle yet vigilant eyes, we see boundless love woven by the hand of the Creator himself. The den where she shelters her cubs is not merely a refuge, but a fortress guarded with unparalleled courage and strength. Whether it's the howls of hyenas echoing outside or dangers lurking in the shadows, the lioness stands resolute, ready to sacrifice everything to keep her little ones safe. Every drop of milk she gives her cubs is not just nourishment, it is a symbol of profound sacrifice. In those early days of life, when the cubs are weak and helpless, they are cradled in their mother's warmth, shielded by her soft fur that feels like God's embrace, protecting them from the harsh realities of the savannah. Her eyes never leave her cubs, and her ears remain attuned to every faint sound. This unwavering focus and love are a testament to the maternal instinct that only the Creator could have instilled. As the cubs grow strong enough to step out of the den, the lioness becomes their most dedicated teacher. She teaches them to observe, to stalk with patience, to charge and seize their target with astonishing precision. Every step, every playful pounce, and every mock hunt is a valuable lesson, divinely inspired for her to pass on. At times, the lioness feigns failure to encourage her cubs to learn, but when danger looms, she does not hesitate to leap into action, risking her life to protect them. Even in times of hardship, when hunger grips the pride, the lioness prioritizes her cubs, giving them the scarce food she has. Her powerful muscles may grow weak, but the heart of a mother never falters. This is more than sacrifice. It is unconditional love, a love the Creator has etched into every breath and heartbeat of her being. The sight of a lioness grooming, playing with, protecting, and teaching her cubs is breathtakingly beautiful, a hymn to motherhood that God has delicately placed in this world. In these moments, it is not just life continuing, it is the unmistakable presence of the Creator who has imbued nature with the essence of love. A lioness does not just raise her cubs, she nurtures hope, sustains the circle of life, and safeguards the perfect balance of the natural world. With every step she takes, and every moment she bows to tend to her young, the light of the Creator shines across the savannah, reminding us that love and life are the most wondrous miracles He has created. As dawn drenches the savannah in a golden blaze, a shadow moves stealthily through the towering grass, blending into nature as if it had never existed. It does not roar like a lion, nor does it cause chaos like a pack of hyenas. It has no need to flaunt its power because it is power itself, the very embodiment of death. A predator sculpted by the hands of creation with absolute perfection, swift as a lightning strike, ruthless as fate, and vanishing like an illusion. The leopard, Panthera pardus, the phantom of the grasslands, the invisible assassin of the deep forests. It does not fight with brute force or rely on a pack for survival. No earth-shaking roars, no thunderous footsteps, only suffocating silence, a chilling prelude to an inevitable end. This is a hunter like no other, solitary, silent, and lethal. Forged by nature into a machine of predation, the leopard is a masterpiece of speed, strength, and merciless precision. Every step it takes is a prophecy of death, every leap a silent execution. It does not chase, it waits, it does not pursue, it lurks. And when the moment comes, in a single breath, it strikes like a blade slicing through the night. Claws sharp as scythes sink deep into flesh. Jaws powerful enough to crush bone lock in an unrelenting grip. No screams, no struggle, just the absolute silence of a life stolen in an instant. But the leopard's strength is not just in its fangs or its terrifying speed. It hunts, not just with force, but with intelligence. When its prey believes it is safe, the leopard has already been there. While others waste time chasing across the vast plains, it drags its kill high into the treetops, feasting undisturbed, beyond the reach of lions and hyenas. It does not just hunt, it disappears. No other predator on Earth has mastered the art of invisibility quite like the leopard. It is darkness within light, silence amidst chaos, an unseen ruler of the wild. Whether in dense jungles, sprawling savannas, or snow-laden cliffs, nothing can contain it. Nature has gifted the leopard the most fearsome weapon of all, absolute adaptability. And as the night falls, as the weak drift into uneasy slumber, haunted by primal fears, it rises once more from the shadows, silent, unseen, and a chilling reminder that in the wild, it is not the strongest that are the most terrifying, but those who remain unseen, yet are always present. This young bud is very tired. He was lying on the tree, gasping for breath. In the past year, he has been living a nomadic life. Searching for a piece of his territory, he is only 3 years old, finally managed to occupy a territory his new home is spread across every leopard print stream. But Olimba is young, very hungry and inexperienced. A delicious meal that seems to be within reach. It's so tempting what he has to do. The sheep are near the edge of the groove. There is an optimum attack distance. Otherwise they will be left behind by their prey. Olimba must be at a distance from the prey. A surprise attack can only be launched within 4.5 meters. For the flowered treasure that is hunting, close is never close enough. Almost within range of Olimba, he just has to wait for him to come a little closer. When the deer let down his guard, he was like a bolt of lightning, 10 kilometers as fast. He chases him, it's hard to fly. Finally, flower treasure passes a beautiful fall. The two of you hug each other like a couple. The enemy of one's life, it's like getting out of the game with prey in your mouth. Leopards are also fast. The deer also found an opportunity to get away. Obviously, it's too late. I can only turn my head to find trouble with the flower newspaper, just silently walk away to find. On the vast plains of the Serengeti, where life and death are separated by a single breath, a golden blur streaks across the landscape like a lightning bolt. No deafening roar, no ambush from the shadows like the leopard. This predator doesn't need to hide, nor does it rely on the strength of a pack. It is the embodiment of pure speed, a lone warrior engineered by nature for the ultimate race of survival. The cheetah, Acinonyx jubatus, the undisputed king of speed, a master of the wind, and a predator that turns raw acceleration into its deadliest weapon. In a world where lions and hyenas dominate through strength and teamwork, the cheetah takes a different path, one ruled by speed, precision, and an unmatched killer instinct. nature has sculpted the cheetah's body with absolute perfection. It doesn't have the bone-crushing bite of a lion or the brute force of a hyena, but what it does have is a marvel of evolution. Its long, flexible spine acts like a biological spring, stretching and contracting with every stride, allowing it to cover up to 23 feet, 7 meters, in a single bound. Its long, lightweight legs generate explosive force, propelling it forward with staggering acceleration. In just 3 seconds, the cheetah can reach nearly 60 miles per hour, 100 kilometers per hour, the same speed as a high-performance sports car. But speed alone isn't enough. The cheetah isn't just a mindless sprinter, it's a strategist. It reads the terrain, predicts every move of its prey, and even uses the wind to its advantage. When an antelope makes the smallest mistake, a mistimed leap, a moment of hesitation, a slight misstep, the cheetah strikes. This isn't just a chase, it's a high-stakes pursuit. As its prey twists and turns in desperation, the cheetah adjusts instantly, using its long tail like a rudder, allowing it to change direction mid-sprint without losing momentum. Unlike other big cats, the cheetah's claws don't retract, giving it extra grip on the ground and razor-sharp precision in every turn. Each maneuver is flawless, a breathtaking display of speed, agility, and deadly accuracy. Then comes the final blow. A swift swipe to the prey's hind leg sends it crashing to the ground in a swirl of dust. Within seconds, the cheetah pins it down, jaws clamping tightly around the throat, cutting off its air supply. No struggle, no second chances, just silence. But even after a successful hunt, the cheetah has no time to celebrate. It lacks the strength to defend its kill. A single lion, a pack of hyenas, or even a stealthy leopard can smell blood from miles away, ready to steal its hard-earned meal. If the cheetah doesn't eat quickly, it risks losing everything. Unlike lions, who feast and then rest under the shade, the cheetah must always stay on high alert. If a larger predator arrives, it has no choice but to flee, because the cheetah wasn't built to fight. It was born to run. And if it ever gets injured, if it ever slows down, its reign as the fastest animal on land will come to an end, along with its life. Though it is one of the most fearsome predators on the plains, the cheetah is also a mother of unyielding strength. She does not hunt just to survive. She hunts to protect, to feed, and to raise her fragile cubs in a world filled with danger. Unlike lions, she has no pride to defend her. Unlike hyenas, she has no clan to share the burden. Alone, she must shelter her young, teach them to hunt, to hide, and to survive in a land where threats lurk in every shadow. The first 18 months of a cheetah cub's life are the most perilous. Lions, hyenas, even leopards would kill them without hesitation. The odds of survival are grim. Only 10 to 20% of cubs ever reach adulthood. But the cheetah mother does not give up. She is always moving, always searching for safety, always vanishing into the tall grass to keep her cubs hidden from predators. When they are old enough, she teaches them the art of the hunt, every step, every pounce, every failure, and every success. She knows that one day her cubs must face the wild alone. They must learn to run, to fight, and to survive without her. Yet no matter how fast the cheetah runs, it cannot outrun the dangers closing in. Habitat destruction, human expansion, and rising competition from larger predators are pushing this species to the brink of extinction. As of 2023, the IUCN estimates that only about 200 cheetahs remain in the Serengeti. As night falls over the Serengeti and the cold wind whispers through the swaying grass, somewhere, a cheetah mother still watches over her cubs. She knows the road ahead will not be easy. She knows the dangers are relentless, but she also knows one thing for certain. As long as she can run, as long as she can fight, she will never stop. It has been 4 months since these and slowly inch closer to the gazelles. The unsuspecting gazelles continue grazing, unaware. This new hunt must succeed no matter the difficulty because they are starving. The cheetah cubs are now using the same technique as Mara to approach their prey. They try to be as For 100 years, the cheetah has been hunted and threatened by human activity. At the beginning of the 20th century, there were 100,000 cheetahs in the wild. Now there are only 7,000 left. Their shared habitat is also shrinking rapidly. If humans continue to ignore the fate of the cheetah, the world's fastest animal will be pushed to the brink of extinction. And like the first cheetah in African legend, Mara and her sisters might also cease to exist, becoming nothing more than a legend.
Where the rainforest and the savanna collide, like two rivers merging into one, a land of contrast and beauty emerges. A place where the lush embrace of the trees meets the open vastness of the grasslands, where the winds carry the breath of two worlds, blending into a single, untamed rhythm of the wild. This is the homeland of one of Africa's most extraordinary animals, the African giraffe, Giraffa camelopardalis, the gentle giants of the savanna. They are living towers of nature, tall, graceful, and utterly unmistakable. A fully grown giraffe can stand up to 18.7 feet, 5.7 meters tall, making it the tallest land animal on Earth. Towering over the grasslands, they stretch their long necks toward the treetops, reaching heights no other herbivore can. With coats patterned in a mosaic of unique markings, no two giraffes are ever the same. Each one a masterpiece sculpted by nature itself. But their height is not their only defining feature. They wear a natural crown upon their heads. Unlike their relatives, African giraffes have up to 5 horn-like structures, a rare trait among mammals. Their large, gentle eyes scan the horizon, capable of detecting the slightest movement from afar, allowing them to anticipate danger before it arrives. They do not roar to claim dominance, yet they remain untouchable titans of the wilderness. Yet the African giraffe is more than just a silent giant. It is the unsung gardener of the savanna. With a tongue reaching nearly 18 inches, 45 centimeters long, it effortlessly strips leaves from towering branches, feeding on vegetation that few others can access. But this simple act has profound consequences for the ecosystem. As giraffes graze, they naturally prune the trees, preventing overgrowth and allowing sunlight to reach the smaller plants below. By bending and breaking branches, they reshape the landscape, ensuring that the savanna remains open and balanced. And as they roam, they disperse seeds through their dung, unknowingly planting the forests of the future. Every step they take is more than just movement. It is a vital contribution to the delicate balance of the African wilderness. But their existence is more than just ecological. Giraffes are an iconic symbol of sustainable ecotourism, according to the World Wildlife Fund. WWF. Giraffe-watching safaris not only offer breathtaking encounters with these magnificent creatures, but also directly support their conservation. the awe in people's eyes as they watch a giraffe stride across the plains, the quiet wonder as they see it stretch toward the sky. These are reminders that the wild still exists, raw and magnificent, but more fragile than ever. Human expansion, poaching, and habitat loss have driven African giraffe populations to dangerously low numbers. They may be the tallest creatures on land, able to reach the highest branches, but they cannot reach the future without human protection. Conservation is not just an effort, it is a promise. A promise that future generations will still see these towering figures walking across the savannah, still witness them reaching for the sky, still marvel at their presence as living relics of a vanishing wild. As the Serengeti sun sets and the evening winds whisper through the acacia trees, an African giraffe stands tall, gazing over its ancient home. It does not know what the future holds. It does not know if its kind will continue to roam these lands. But it knows one thing for certain. As long as it can walk, as long as it can reach for the sky, the African giraffe will endure, a timeless sentinel of the savannah. Across the endless plains of the Victoria Basin, as the setting sun paints streaks of fire across the horizon, a great army is on the move. Not the roaring lions, not the stealthy predators lurking in the shadows, but the warriors of the grasslands, the eternal pilgrims of Africa, the wildebeest Conchaites taurinus. For millions of years, this species has defied the unforgiving wilderness. They do not have razor-sharp claws to tear into their enemies, nor bone-crushing jaws to overpower their foes. But nature has gifted them something greater, the power of speed, endurance, and an unshakable unity that no predator can break. Their bodies are masterpieces of adaptation. Thick, sinewy muscles ripple beneath their dusty gray coats, and their curved horns, honed through generations of survival, stand ready to fight back against any threat. But their greatest weapon is not in their strength. It is in their relentless legs, their hooves that never stop moving. When danger strikes, they can sprint at 50 miles per hour, 80 km/h, fast enough to outrun even the most fearsome hunters. Yet speed alone is not what makes the wildebeest one of Africa's most successful species. They do not travel alone. They move as a herd, a force of nature that cannot be broken. A lion may take down an individual, but before the stampede of thousands, even the most powerful predator must hesitate. When one wildebeest senses danger, it does not flee alone. During the dry season, when the earth cracks under the merciless sun and rivers vanish into dust, the wildebeest leave behind the parched lands of the Serengeti, heading toward Lake Victoria, where water and fresh grass still offer a chance for survival. But this is not merely a migration for food and water. This is the Great Migration, the heartbeat of the savannah, the miracle woven into the fabric of nature itself. Along the journey, predators await. Lions, leopards, hyenas all follow the herd's every movement, waiting for the moment of weakness. But when danger strikes, the wildebeest do not falter. When one runs, they all run. When one dodges, the entire herd shifts in unison. And then they push forward. Not all will make it. The weak will fall behind. The young may not yet have the strength to escape the jaws of a waiting predator. But the herd does not stop. Their journey is not a choice. It is a destiny written into the cycle of life itself. And then the rains return. As the first raindrops kiss the earth, the golden plains transform into a sea of green, and the wildebeest turn back, retracing their steps in a cycle as old as time. they are not just survivors. They are the lifeblood of the savannah, playing their part in a grander design, a masterpiece painted by the hands of creation itself. But even the strongest warriors cannot escape a new predator. Not lions, not hyenas, but humans. Fences now block their migration paths. Farmland replaces their grazing lands. Climate change alters the rain cycles, drying up the rivers that have guided them for millennia. What nature has given, mankind is taking away. If the migration routes are severed, if the grasslands are lost, their journey will come to an end. No more rolling waves of wildebeest stretching to the horizon. No more thunderous storms of hooves kicking up dust in the golden twilight. No more legendary migrations that have shaped the heartbeat of Africa for thousands of years. But there is still hope, as long as protected lands remain, as long as humanity understands the irreplaceable value of this ecosystem. As long as the wildebeest still have space to move, to run, to migrate, then the rhythm of the African plains will not be silenced. And as the sun sets over the Victoria Basin, as the last golden light spills across the savannah, the wildebeest continue their journey. Thousands of bodies move as one, their hooves churning the dust into a storm of motion. A reminder that in a world of constant change, some things must never be lost, so long as we choose to protect them. Savannah, a wild land that once seemed like nothing more than scorched grass and swirling dust, transforms into an entirely different world when the rainy season arrives. The first raindrops fall like the opening notes of nature's grand symphony. The cracked, parched earth softens, dried-up riverbeds begin to overflow, and before long, the vast grasslands are submerged in an endless sea of water. This is not just a simple change. It is a miraculous spectacle of creation, a living masterpiece where water and life intertwine, offering every creature a chance to adapt and survive. Amidst this flooded landscape, one animal reigns supreme, the hippopotamus. If the lion is the king of the savannah, then the hippo is the lord of the waters. More than just inhabitants of this watery realm, they are its caretakers, playing a crucial role in maintaining the delicate balance of the wetland ecosystem. Weighing up to 3,300 pounds, over 1,500 kilograms, they are among the largest land animals, second only to elephants and white rhinos. But don't be fooled by their massive bulk. Beneath the water's surface, they are agile swimmers, gliding effortlessly like silent phantoms of the river. The scorching African sun can sear everything in its path, but hippos have adapted in their own unique way. They spend most of their time submerged, where the cool water helps regulate their body temperature and shields their sensitive skin from the relentless heat. As night falls, these massive shadows quietly emerge from the water, venturing onto the lush grasslands. A typical group consists of 10 to 30 individuals, moving together in the darkness like an invisible yet powerful army. They can travel several miles in search of food, grazing on soft grass and preventing vegetation from growing unchecked. An essential role in reducing the risk of wildfires caused by accumulated dry grass. But the hippo's role extends far beyond the land. When they return to the water, their waste enriches the ecosystem, providing vital nutrients for countless microorganisms and fish, fueling an abundant food chain. They are the bridge between two worlds, both rulers of the water and guardians of the savannah, preserving the delicate equilibrium that nature has so perfectly designed. In the southern regions of Africa, where vast wetlands stretch as far as the eye can see, an estimated 40,000 hippos roam, one of the largest populations on Earth. Each hippo carries a purpose, not just to survive, but to shape and safeguard life itself. As the sun rises, casting its golden reflection upon the shimmering waters, the hippos retreat into their submerged kingdom, continuing the endless cycle of nature. A flooded savanna is more than just a meeting place of land and water. It is a cradle of rebirth, where the laws of survival are rewritten with each rainy season, and where silent giants like the hippo work tirelessly to uphold the delicate rhythm of the wild. The hippopotamus is not just a magnificent creature of nature, but a flawless masterpiece crafted by the Creator for the lands of Africa. With divine precision, he designed them as silent guardians of the ecosystem, giants that maintain the delicate balance between water and land. Yet, human greed is turning these peaceful waters into blood-stained battlegrounds, pushing this majestic species to the brink of extinction. Protecting the hippos is not just about saving an animal. It is about honoring the sacred design that God has woven into nature itself. If we allow poachers to steal their lives, we are defying the very act of creation. We must act now, before the rivers of the savannah become mere echoes of the silenced roars of giants lost forever. The temperate savanna stretches like a vast golden tapestry, from Kruger National Park to Pilanesberg and Galagadi. Here, the tall grasses sway in the wind, and the acacia trees, Acacia tortilis, stand resilient beneath the endless blue sky, enduring both drought and raging wildfires. This is no paradise. This is a land where nature tests every creature, where only the strongest and most resilient survive. And in this unforgiving landscape, one colossal beast walks with an aura of reverence: the African rhinoceros, Ceratotherium semum, one of the most iconic animals of the South African grasslands. Nature has sculpted the African rhino into a living fortress, a creature that seems carved from stone. It is the largest of the 5 remaining rhinoceros species, with a body weighing up to 5,500 pounds, 2,500 kilograms, and stretching over 13 feet, 4 meters long. Second only to the 3 existing elephant species, it is one of the largest land mammals on Earth, but its true power lies not just in its immense size. It lies in its endurance, adaptability, and a legacy of survival spanning millions of years. The most defining feature of the African rhino is its broad, square-shaped mouth, a divine adaptation designed for grazing on short grasses. Each day, a fully grown rhino can consume up to 265 pounds, 120 kilograms, of grass, playing a crucial role in maintaining the balance of the savanna. As they move across the land, they regulate vegetation growth, clearing space for smaller species and ensuring the ecosystem functions in perfect harmony. They do not merely live in the savanna, they shape it. But if there is one symbol that captures both the greatness and the tragedy of the African rhinoceros, it is the mighty horns that adorn its head. These 2 massive horns, made of keratin, the same material as human hair and fingernails, are powerful tools for defense, used to fight off even the most dangerous predators, from lions to crocodiles. The front horn can grow up to 65 inches, 1.65 meters, long 0.65 meters, long 0.65 meters, long cut, weighing an average of 8.8 pounds, 4 kilograms. Yet, it is this very horn that has made the rhino one of the most relentlessly hunted animals on Earth. The survival story of the African rhino is one of both triumph and heartbreak. By the late 19th century, they were on the brink of extinction, with only about 20 individuals remaining in the wild. But through tireless conservation efforts, their numbers began to rise in one of the most remarkable wildlife recovery stories of our time. As of 2023, an estimated 18,000 African rhinos remain, primarily in Kruger and Galagadi national parks. These lands provide the ideal environment: wet summers that allow the grasslands to flourish, and dry winters that sustain an abundant food supply. But even after surviving millions of years of evolution, they now face their greatest threat: humankind. According to Save the Rhino, more than 450 African rhinos were killed in South Africa in 2022 alone, their horns taken for illegal trade, primarily driven by markets in Asia. They are not slaughtered for food. They are not hunted for self-defense. They are killed for a false belief, the myth that their horns bring power, luck, or even serve as medicine. But this is too high a price to pay for superstition. Nature did not create these gentle giants to be trophies. They were meant to roam freely across the vast plains, not to be casualties of human greed. Every rhino killed is not just an individual loss. It is the destruction of a legacy that has endured for millions of years. Yet, there is hope. As long as conservationists continue the fight, as long as people recognize the true value of nature, as long as we protect these lands, the African rhino still has a future. Not confined within fences or small reserves, but out in the open, where they can roam as they were meant to, under the vast African sky, living as nature intended. As the sun sets over the South African plains, casting golden light over the towering forms of the rhinos, they march on, unaware of the battle being waged for their survival. They do not know of the threats looming over them, but they know one thing for certain: as long as the grasslands remain, as long as the open skies stretch above them, the African rhino will continue to walk this earth. A living legacy of the wild, a miracle of evolution, a reminder that humanity can be destroyers, but we can also be protectors. And the story of the African rhinoceros is not yet finished. We are the ones who will decide the next chapter. God created the African savannah as a living masterpiece, a vast expanse of golden grasslands stretching beneath an endless blue sky, where all creatures move in perfect harmony with nature's rhythm. This is the land of great migrations, where lions roar to assert their dominion, where herds of wildebeest thunder across the horizon, where African rhinos march like ancient titans. Each gust of wind carries the breath of the Creator, and each footstep upon the earth is a testament to the enduring life He has bestowed upon this land. God placed predators and prey, rainy seasons and merciless droughts, but He also gave every creature a sacred purpose. Lions maintain balance. Wildebeests spread life. African rhinos clear the way for new grass to flourish. Every species plays its part in this perfect design. The savannah is not just a landscape. It is an eternal symphony of life, where every being has a place, and every movement holds divine meaning. Yet, amidst this breathtaking masterpiece, a shadow looms, threatening to obscure God's light: the plague of poaching. Lions and hyenas are not the greatest threats to the majestic creatures of the savannah. Humans are. Driven by greed, by false beliefs, by the pursuit of meaningless wealth, poachers have heartlessly stolen the lives of countless beings. African rhinos are slaughtered for their horns, elephants are massacred for their ivory, and leopards and lions are hunted for their skins. The crack of gunfire shatters the silence of the plains, not in service of the natural order, but to satisfy human desire. God gifted mankind with wisdom, but not to destroy His creation, not to erase the wonders He so carefully designed. We cannot stand idly by while the savannah is reduced to a barren wasteland, where only the bones of fallen giants remain beneath the scorching sun, where the echoes of life that once flourished are buried beneath the dry, lifeless earth. Protecting the savannah is not just about saving wildlife. It is about fulfilling the mission God entrusted to us. We were made stewards, guardians, not destroyers. If we do nothing, a day will come when the great herds of wildebeest no longer roam the grasslands, when the African rhino no longer stands proud upon the plains, when the lion's roar is nothing more than a memory lost to time. But if we rise, if we protect what remains, if we embrace the responsibility that God has given us, then the savannah will endure. The symphony of life will play on, and this sacred land will remain a testament to His creation forever.